Please turn to page 7 of the Kurukulla Center Prayer Book. We'll start with Refuge and Bodhicitta on page 7 and follow the order of the prayer book for regular Sunday morning prayers. In the Buddha's Dharma and Sangha, until enlightened I seek refuge, through merit from giving and the rest, to aid all may I become Buddha. In the Buddha's Dharma and Sangha, until enlightened I seek refuge, through merit from giving and the rest, to aid all may I become Buddha. In the Buddha's Dharma and Sangha, until enlightened I seek refuge, through merit from giving and the rest, to aid all may I become Buddha. May all sentient beings have happiness and its causes. May all sentient beings be free from suffering and its causes. May all sentient beings never be parted from sorrowless bliss. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from bias, attachment, and hatred. To the founder, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond, the foe destroyer, the completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and in good conduct, Sugata, knower of the world, supreme guide of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings, to you, the completely and fully awakened one, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, the subduer of the Shakya clan, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. To the founder, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond, the foe destroyer, the completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and in good conduct, Sugata, knower of the world, supreme guide of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings, to you, the completely and fully awakened one, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, the subduer of the Shakya clan, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. To the founder, the endowed, transcendent destroyer, the one gone beyond, the foe destroyer, the completely perfected, fully awakened being, perfect in knowledge and in good conduct, Sugata, knower of the world, supreme guide of human beings to be tamed, teacher of gods and human beings, to you, the completely and fully awakened one, thou transcendent destroyer, the glorious conqueror, the subduer of the Shakya clan, I prostrate, make offerings, and go for refuge. When, O Supreme, among humans you were born on this earth, you paced out 7 strides, then said, I am supreme in this world. To you who were wise, then I prostrate. With pure bodies, form supremely pure, wisdom ocean like a golden mountain, fame that blazes in the 3 worlds, winner of the best, Lord, to you I prostrate. With the supreme signs, face like spotless moon, color like gold, to you I prostrate. Dust free like you, the 3 worlds are not. Incomparably wise one, to you I prostrate. The Savior having great compassion, the founder having all understanding, the field of merit with qualities like a vast ocean, to you, the one gone to thusness, I prostrate. The purity that frees one from attachment, the virtue that frees one from the lower realms, the one path, the sublime pure reality, to the Dharma that pacifies, I prostrate. Those who are liberated and who also show the path to liberation, the holy field qualified with realizations, who are devoted to the moral precepts, to you, the sublime community intending virtue, I prostrate. Homage to the Supreme Buddha, homage to the Dharma refuge, homage to the great Sangha, to all 3 ever devout homage, to all worthy of respect, bowing with bodies as many as all realms, atoms, in all aspects, with supreme faith I pay homage. Do not commit any non-virtuous actions. Perform only perfect virtuous actions. Subdue your mind thoroughly. This is the teaching of the Buddha. A star, a mirage, the flame of a lamp, an illusion, a drop of dew or a bubble, a dream, a flash of lightning, a cloud. See conditioned things as such. Through these merits may sentient beings attain the rank of all-seeing, subdue the foe of faults, and be delivered from samsara's ocean, perturbed by the ways of aging, sickness, and death. From Tushita's hundreds of God's protector's heart, to tip of this fresh, pure, white heap, curd-like cloud, O Sangdrakpa, Dharma's omniscient King, pray come to this place with your disciples. In space ahead, on lion throne, lotus and moon, venerable Guru, smile brightly with delight. Pray stay hundreds of eons to spread doctrine as supreme merit field for my mind of faith. Your wisdom mind sees full range of knowables. Your eloquent speech adorns fortunate ears. Your beauteous body, fame, glory outstanding. Homage to you, worthwhile to think of, hear and see. Pleasant offerings of water, various flowers, fragrant incense, light, perfume, and so on. Oceans of offerings set out and envisioned, offered up to you, supreme field of merit. Non-virtue committed with body, speech, and mind, which I have heaped up since beginningless time, especially what has contradicted 3 vows. Each I confess from my heart with strong regret. In time of strife, to learn and practice, shunned 8 mundane concerns, made life essence-full. O protector from depths of our heart, we rejoice in your powerful great deeds. Venerable Gurus from love and wisdom, clouds densely massed in your Dharmakaya sky, pray loose a rain of vast profound Dharma on fields of disciples just as needed. May whatever virtue that I've here gathered bring benefit to all beings and doctrine, and may it make Venerable O Sangdrakpa's essential teachings specially shine forever. Mig se wei ter chen chen resig, dream kien pe wang po jam pel yang, du pung malu jom se sang wei dag, chen ke pe tsu gien Tsongkhapa, lo sangrak pe jabla surwadeb. O glorious and precious root Guru, pray take seat of lotus on my crown, caring for me with your great kindness. Bestow attainments of body, speech, and mind. O glorious and precious root Guru, pray take seat of lotus at my heart, caring consciousness, until supreme awakening remains steadfast. Homage to the exalted three jewels. Thus have I heard it one time. The Blessed One was dwelling in Rajagriha on Vulture Mountain, together with a great assembly of monks and a great assembly of bodhisattvas. At that time, the Blessed One was absorbed in the concentration of the countless aspects of phenomena called profound illumination. At that very time, the superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the great being, was looking perfectly at the practice of the profound perfection of wisdom, perfectly looking at the emptiness of inherent existence of the five aggregates also. Then, through the power of the Buddha, the Venerable Shariputra said to the superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the great being, how should a child of a lineage train who wishes to engage in the practice of the profound perfection of wisdom? Thus he spoke, and the superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the great being, replied to the Venerable Shariputra as follows. Shariputra, whichever son or daughter of the lineage wishes to engage in the practice of the profound perfection of wisdom should look perfectly like this, subsequently looking perfectly and correctly at the emptiness of the five aggregates also. Form is empty, emptiness is form. Emptiness is not other than form, form is not other than emptiness. In the same way, feeling, discrimination, compositional factors, and consciousness are empty. Shariputra, like this, all phenomena are empty, without characteristics. That is, they are not produced and do not cease. They have no defilement and no separation from defilement. They have no decrease and no increase. Therefore, Shariputra, in emptiness, there is no form, no feeling, no discrimination, no compositional factors, no consciousness. There is no eye, no ear, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind, no visible form, no sound, no smell, no taste, no object of touch, no mental phenomenon. There is no I element and so forth, up to no mind element, up to no element of mental consciousness. There is no ignorance and no cessation of ignorance and so forth, up to no aging and death and no cessation of aging and death. Likewise, there is no suffering, no origin, no cessation, and no path. No exalted wisdom, no attainment, and also no non-attainment. Therefore, Shariputra, because there is no attainment, bodhisattvas rely on and abide in the perfection of wisdom. And because their minds have no obstructions, they have no fear. Passing utterly beyond error, they attain the final state beyond sorrow. All the Buddhas who reside in the three times by relying upon the perfection of wisdom become manifest and complete Buddhas in the state of unsurpassed, perfect, and complete enlightenment. Therefore, the mantra of the perfection of wisdom, the mantra of great knowledge, past mantra, the equal to the unequaled mantra, the mantra that thoroughly pacifies all suffering, since it is not false, should be known as the truth. The mantra of the perfection of wisdom is proclaimed. Tayata, gate, gate, paragate, parasamgate, bodhisoha. Shariputra, this is how a bodhisattva, a great being, should train in the profound perfection of wisdom. Then the Blessed One arose from that concentration and said to the superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the great being, well said, O child of the lineage, so it is. The profound perfection of wisdom should be practiced exactly as you have taught, and the Tathagatas will rejoice. When the Blessed One had said this, the Venerable Shariputra, the superior Avalokiteshvara, the Bodhisattva, the great being, and the entire assembly, as well as worldly beings, gods, humans, demigods, Gandharvas, and others, were filled with admiration and highly praised what had been spoken by the Blessed One. In the holy supreme abode of the Dakinis, possessed of clairvoyance and miraculous power, unwaveringly caring for practitioners as your children, homage to the hosts of the three places Dakinis. Tayata, Om, Gate, Gate, Paragate, Parasamgate, Bodhisoha. Through the power of truth of the exalted three jewels speech, may all on the side of negativity, such as the four Maras, be stopped. May they become non-existent. May they be pacified. All enemies, obstructors, and hindrances, Shanti Kuruye Soha. The 80,000 types of obstructors pacified, freed from adverse, harmful conditions. May all be conducive and perfect auspiciousness, bring happiness and well-being here, right now. Saji perki juxing meito kraham ri rabling ji ni deg yen padi san ye jing du mi te uwa yi dro kunandan jing ma chur parsho jetsum lama dan pakyenan ki chur kui kala kien say trindring nem jitat sampe dulje zinma lahazal gecherki charpa vatuso idam guru ratna mandalakam niryatayami Chudang soki chognam la jang chupadu dagi kyap suchi dagi chunyen gi pe sonam ki dola penchu sangi drupashu Chudang soki chognam la jang chupadu dagi kyap suchi dagi chunyen gi pe sonam ki dola penchu sangi drupashu Chudang soki chognam la jangchu bardu dagni kyap suchi dagi chunyen yi pe sonam pi trola penchu sangye drupashu.
Good. Good morning, everyone. Good. How are you? Good day. Almost summer's finished. Then low winter, cold. Anyway, this is all things.
Independently originated?
Dependently, I think?
Dependently originated?
Yeah, for everything. The cause, condition, like the change, and the day and the moment. What is after second? Upper millisecond.
A second. A second, a millisecond, a nanosecond. I don't know what's below a nanosecond. Huh?
I think
Femto. Okay, this is the first time I've ever heard that.
Yeah, I don't know the names, but the change, like the lip, the color outside, it's not one day, it's not 1 minute, it's not 1 second, it's not.
Not one femto.
Yeah, just moment to moment, you know. Therefore, for us also, now we getting grow or we getting old, how you say? It's also not start one day, just moment. Therefore, this is short for like 4 seasons. This also we can learn from there also for impermanent. There's nothing too permanent. Sometimes the Buddhism talk about impermanent, they make people scared. It's not really making scared, it's we talk about reality. For we have very strong ego,
We have a strong, like grasping or clinging at the self.
Permanence.
Oh, yeah.
We never think something change, something happen. We have a lot of goals, a lot of plans. But reality is change, all things impermanent. Therefore, if you can learn, really understand the impermanent, we can learn a lot of things over there. If you have some problem, it's also impermanent, not problem all the time. If there is something exciting, it's also not much too exciting. It's also change, right? Therefore, if really we have understand the reality, impermanent things, we can learn so many things. But usually we don't think we have something happen. Oh, this is too much for me. There is something exciting. Wow, this for me, But they're all impermanent. Therefore, we study Buddhism. The real purpose is future life, future time. Past already gone.
Mm-hmm.
The present right now. Now, future is most important because we give the 4 kids taught to parents very good education. The parents looking for kids' future. I want to their future good life, good education, good kids. They think about future, right? They don't think that now. The goals, future. Therefore, we study Dharma is also main goal is future. We believe past, future, right?
Future life.
Future life, right? Therefore, how good or bad future lives, not 100%, but maybe 60-70%, and Geshe
It depends on this moment, this time.
So that's about 60-70%.
Depends on this life, how you live. Usually we already create a lot of good karma, bad karmas. We not carry all the time bad karmas. We already carry also good karma. Because we future person who are future, one time we are human, I don't know when. That time, how many lives, they carry a very good cause. Now we are very good.
You mean past person.
Or past person. Some past person create a very good karma. Right now we are the very great human beings. And we say, oh, it's not this terrible. Some people say, I'm enough, I want to die, it's terrible this life. It's not terrible for here. If you really think, of course there are very high levels, we are very low. But the low levels, we are heaven. Like here, every people have chance to get an education. You can do anything through job also. You can live yourself. Like us, we don't need to talk too many things. Like right now, how many wars how many refugees, how many people they lose their families, their house, like their countries. For us, maybe we too much worried, but no one really, no one harms us, right? Therefore, the purpose study Dharma is we need to future better love, then Enlightenment. Then we can become Buddha. And then people can put statues, our statues, put the water balls. Right? This is possible. We all have Buddha nature. But if we didn't make the Buddha nature ripen,
Yeah.
then they stay there, they don't walk. Example, you go to the whole food, the dry ground like rice or maybe maki,
Maki, I don't know.
corn, the dry one has the seed, they give
Yeah, they can produce a sprout.
Right, they have the potential to produce a sprout.
right? But if they say that back or there's how you say, the continue stay there, 100 years they live there, they don't give up. They need to condition for the under the ground, for the right temperature, things, right? Therefore for us also we have Buddha nature, but we need to, how you say,
We need to like produce it. Yeah.
right?
Meet with the conditions.
The what conditions?
Yeah.
Do be more compassion, loving kindness, try to not harm others. Be nice, less jealous, less attachment, less angry. Okay? They will become more compassionate person, more, if we develop or we chip bodhicitta, then we get more merit. If we are more merit, then no one can cause for us. Therefore, that karukache, nandu sanjegi, riki, riksegi, gewa.
Yeah. So the condition that allows us to awaken the Buddha lineage within ourselves is Gewa Drupa. Yeah, like accomplishing merit or virtue, like practicing virtue.
Okay? Therefore, if really only just we keep our this life, have to house, have to eat something, keep our belly not hungry, keep our body not cold, is even the birds they can do. They're running all day, they can eat something, they can find some place. But we need more human intelligence, use more for more cause. Okay? Therefore, like then they say, how cause condition what happen, how they do. If we don't see cause conditions, we cannot see this cause. But right now here we are like maybe 20 people. We have different thoughts, different ideas, different shapes, different look different, how you say?
Different appearances.
Different appearances, right? They're all, because why they're all different? Why we don't find only single two exactly same? Because their cause is not same. If your cause is not same, the results not same. It's a reality. Like someone make this cup. Now they the science they can make how much you need that the colors exactly they make the same color. Tata chene, then down soto kurwa. The same measure, exactly they measure whatever they need color, what the white color, what the blue color, they can exactly they make the measure, they can make like exactly same. But human beings, like animal anyway, Why they're not taught to we are not same anyone? Because no one can make the same cause. Why? Because the cause just you create. Because you and me, he or she, is all create a different cause. Therefore, result is some different. But we don't see the cause. It's very subtle. That the main we just cause is the virtuous action. Any activity, virtuous actions for the cause to get a human being. But we all like to be very beautiful, right? But not everyone beautiful. Not really beautiful. It's beautiful. Everyone beautiful, but not really very beautiful. Because the cause, beautiful is one of causes, is the passion. If you want to be a very beautiful person, future time, you need to be a very passionate person. The passion is the one cause for the future beautiful. Therefore, we don't need to spend. You guys doesn't spend them at hundreds, go to make a place to buy things. You know, patience. Okay? Then we wish to a very rich person. Also, one cause is the generosity. The generosity means, oh, I have nothing to give. Generosity means not necessary to give up. Senameba.
Senameba, it means not being like stingy.
Yeah, without miserliness.
Miserly, yeah, miserly.
Okay? Even in Ayurveda told, generosity means usually there are three different kinds of generosity. Chuji Shamba, Mijibatev Shamba, Sansang Shamba, Shubasum. Shu Shamba. Generosity is Dharma.
Giving up the Dharma,
The giving up the first things
then actually giving up the material things,
or material things. Then Japji Shamba.
giving up refuge, protection.
Okay? This is also, if you protect someone's life or something, this is also generosity. If you teach someone really looking for some Dharma, your great motivation, you told any one verses, the generosity. If, like, I think the material thing is a little difficult for us. It's, oh, I'm not enough. But even when you eat, first you often prove your food. This also goes to generosity. Then when you eat, you think about hundreds, billions, germs of our body. You think also, I'm going to give for food for them. It's also generosity. Okay? Even you give someone smiling face, warm heart, is also generosity. This is a credit that merit to cause future life, better person, better life. Okay? Like that. Okay, now we do a little bit of meditation, okay? I think you guys like meditation. But if snoring, try to not make the distant neighbors. This is too long. Usually meditation means, focus our mind, one of subject. Also make familiarize one of subject. Right now our mind, our body is here. The mind go to all of the world. Or thinking tomorrow is what I have to do. Or making after class I have to do something. We all mind that. They were even taught to our mind keep with our body. It's taught to learn slowly, okay? Therefore, mind travel or the traveling?
Like mentally traveling?
Traveling all over the world. The body cannot follow that, then have problems. Okay? Therefore, then usually when you do meditation any kind, to make more familiarize that subject, then you can develop. First you can think some small other things, then you can keep like compassion, bodhicitta, loving kindness, emptiness, you can meditation like that, more deep. But right now for us, it's not, I don't know you guys, like me, it's not possible. If too long I fall asleep. Then wake up, I don't know what I'm doing meditation. Now everyone think about, just think about for our body. Start thinking from your head to knees, just one by one. Don't listen others, they use the bill. Just start thinking your head, come to neck, the chest, the thigh, the knee, then again coming back. Then keep your mind to your heart. Then try to bring out, again in, only thinking, counting your breathing. In, out. Then you're thinking front hours, all Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, statues, like real Buddha, Bodhisattvas, Gurus, front us. We are sit front Buddhas, Bodhisattvas. And around us, our all enemies and friends, all sentient beings around us. They all submit us to wish happy, to wish free from all the sufferings. You think all around, all sentient beings, they are same as us, wish to happy, wish to free from all the sufferings. Then bring in, you bring all sentient beings' sufferings, like a magnet, touch them, pick up all the ions. All sentient beings' problems, sufferings, like they're all you bring in. Again bring out, bring into all the sufferings. Then you visualize Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, you request, give blessing. The luck was the 5 different colors of light. Like Buddhas, Bodhisattvas give the blessing, like color the light, they hit your body, speech, mind. You have all the problems, all the sentient beings, you keep Buddha's blessing, hit that, like wash, all go to under the ground. Under the ground, the Yama open the mind. All the problems, sufferings, like black smooth, go under the ground through Yama's mouth. All the problems go underground, Yama's mouth. The Buddha blessing light. Close Buddha, close Yama's mouth, then milk. Buddha's Vajra seal Yama's mouth. The Yama never open mind, open mouth. It is also best long lap pray. Then you come out, now we are full all happy. They bring out all the you happy feeling. Go out all sentient beings. They're all self. Receive the all happiness, all feeling happy. Now like all beings very happy. Buddha's blessing continue for all beings. Whenever you are feeling happy, you share for others. They feel also happy. Okay, this is enough. Otherwise you guys snoring. Okay? Like try to do this every day, any different kind. Today that I'm so that casa Magiva Chu, go to yours, Magiva Chu. And then Magiva Chu to Agora.
So we were going through the 10 non-virtues. You guys know the 10 non-virtues, right?
And then Magiva Chu the Musumne, the Machawati, and the Gavachus, Gavachu, Musumachi.
By recognizing that the 10 non-virtues are non-virtuous and refraining from them is the 10 virtues.
Okay?
Perfectly done.
아니 텐디 먹게와 쭈나나 아니 레지 먹게와 섬 나가 먹게와 슈 이치 먹게와 숨으로 와.
Yeah, so the 10 non-virtues are the 3 non-virtues of body, the 4 non-virtues of speech, and the 3 mental non-virtues.
와. 테리다 레지 먹게와 나가 먹게와 용사가 짜와 이치 먹게와 레스.
The non-virtues of body and speech have their root in the non-virtues of mind.
Okay? what 테리다 다 담보데 레지 먹게와 성기 속죄 봐.
So the first of the non-virtues of body is killing.
단네 볼라스 네 배전이나라 세지 룩다발라 배전에 송도와 세자가 룩다발라.
Seja luktawo, I don't know.
The object to be killed, they posit here, they give an example as a sheep.
A sheep. Yeah.
다 대응하소요. 다 내려가서 알아서 도야라 미만 보고 다 냐모색도 왔냐.
We kill a lot of fish.
Yeah.
Then
We don't see that they're killing the.
So we don't see often around here sheep being killed, but what we can observe more commonly around in this area are fish being killed.
Right? All different kind of fishes. If you go to supermarkets, they just buy live, anything, bird, go home, they kill. Like we see this law, right? Or the other time, they're like, Tenjila, then the patient people, they pay on so pay the look the yard, looks like you want that, then the patient or something, they're like, then a nyado,
So the examples that the text gives here are like sheep and yak, but around here, like a more apt example is probably fish.
Samba, ane kolong ta samba yowa nishi zora ni peshana do samba nishi kolong nyumo samle sando.
So the intention, should I just read this part, Geshe?
Yeah, you can read that.
Yeah, okay, so here in the Blue Book 398, the heading number is 217, killing. I don't know if you guys have the different book, what page number that is, but the basis of killing involves another being, quite distinct from oneself, that is to be killed, a sheep, for example. The intention itself has three parts: the recognition, motive, and delusion. Here, recognition is to recognize unmistakably that a living thing is what it is. The motive is wanting to kill. The delusion is any of the three delusions or poisons. An example of killing out of hostility would be getting angry at, say, an enemy and striking him with a weapon. An example of killing out of attachment is killing sheep because one is attached to its meat, hide, and so forth. An instance of killing out of benighted ignorance is the intentional killing of a sentient being by a tirtika or any such person to make an offering of its meat and blood with the thought or claim that this is not a misdeed. The deed is carrying out the killing using poison, weapons, mantric charms, or whatever else may be used. Killing need not be something obvious like stabbing with a knife. It could also be done through black magic, mantras, and so forth. The final step is the other being's death before one's own.
Okay, all is good. Okay, now I really understand not much to talk about. Kanji, then you so check tawati nyumu to some rest.
So the root of killing is the three the three mental afflictions. So attachment, avarice, and ignorance, I guess.
Then they and let top chimbo, shoot chimbo. There is another lady, shoot chimbo, top chimbo changers.
If you have all four of these?
Yeah.
So if you have all four of these that it mentions here, then you have an extremely powerful karma. So if you have a mistaken recognition, Geshe is recognition, right? Yeah, if you don't recognize the object correctly that you are killing, then you don't have as heavy a negative karma.
Yeah. Don't you karo. Temoro norne. Kaji norne. Tango pelena, then do chiksha, temote chiksha. And there is some the do chikbang. Then when the child of your session, condition toward
So for example, in Tibet, they have a game of putting something far away and then aiming at it with a rock, just like a game, right? But if that object that was placed far away happened to be like an animal, sentient being like a little mouse or something instead, and the person happened to hit that animal and killed it instead, right? But without the intention of killing it, thinking that he was just playing a game of hitting an inanimate object, then that kind of a karma would be less strong, less powerful, because the recognition of the basis of the object itself is mistaken.
And I said,
there is negative that is created, but it would not fall under the completed negative karma of killing a sentient being.
Okay, and this mantra was, and then this mantra go is the Nanzo Mr. Jenny says, Yan the Pash, the
So you need to have a correct recognition, and if you don't have a correct recognition, then you're creating some negativity, but it's not a complete. Is that correct?
Yeah. Right, so it's not as huge, it's not as heavy, and there is lighter in comparison.
Okay. And
So the motivation has to be like you intend, you want to kill the person. Yeah, so if you don't have the intention and you kill someone like by accident on the road. Is that correct?
Right, so if you accidentally kill an insect on the road by stepping over without the intention to kill it, then again, although there is negative created, there is negative karma created, but it's not the same as having intentionally killed. It's less.
I think you send it, yeah, yes.
Why is there negative created? If there's no ill intention.
그러면 또 배가 서로 지금 반주고 소팅 알아서 찌찌는 희소하다 대바요를 찌는 나도 찌는
So because we were the condition?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were the condition for the taking of life of another thing.
And thereby causing a lot of suffering, right?
Yeah.
Right. For
But
example,
it's a lesser negativity.
yeah. For example, we dig the ground. We have no any
Intention.
intention that we kill Lord bugs that. Or Lord bugs also lost their life. The life is the same. They're very precious. Even maybe someone, I hope not, maybe someone make bomb, their place. They are not, such, maybe I want to kill this person, but they're accident or the Lord people lose their lives. Like that can't. Not necessarily one necessary,
It's not that you have to have the motivation to kill this specific person, like a specific person.
So is it that we have responsibility for ourselves in needing to know, we have responsibility for what we do, irrespective of whether it's ill-intended. So that if you kill someone by accident, we still have responsibility for the fact that we didn't have ourselves in the state of mind and the condition that would have known how to avoid it.
I don't know how to say.
ngaso kulon mebar ngaso legen ki yuri mari bina ngaso di hama kobar yana kulon mebar mi tik segiyuna ene mi degi karsa so ta karsa sebade ngaso legen chaki를 자기 말이. So it wouldn't be complete, the responsibility, we wouldn't have the full responsibility as if we had intentionally identified that person and with the intention and with all the 4 steps complete, kill them, but there would be a small amount there would be some responsibility for that.
I understand that.
Yeah.
My question is, why is there some? Is it because we have responsibility over what we, of our state of mind that should know how to avoid it?
지상 랭엔 떼스 여바데 데 가르치는데
근데 속 치야게 게임 안 돌아갔어. 나도 깨지는 곳이 정말.
So
그런 게
Geshe
해서요지. 나도 깨지는 곳이 정말인가? 나도 되는 게 그랬어.
So Geshe's answer is that it's because we became the condition, right? Because we participated by becoming the condition for that sentient being to die, to be killed or to die, whatever, for the life to be taken.
Because we hadn't created the state of mind to avoid it.
I think her question is like, is it because we are careless?
ngaso hama kone ngaso gipte marik parayola 차상 hama kone bina kisi 차상 ngaso 탐지 캠파이나 안에 된데 중길에 하 kone 안에 대 마치아 체조 게 마치아 야나 찌찌 지아요라 이랑 ngaso marik bewangi ngaso 셈기디 양다발 탐치마 캠파 나 마인상 디겐 기왕기 ngaso feeling 자기를 자기 말해. So he said yes, probably like that because I just kind of expanded upon what you said and said, is it because, for example, if we were omniscient, then we would know that by doing this would lead to a condition to killing that other being, and therefore we'd be able to refrain or be able to alter our action not to become a condition, right? But it's because of our ignorance or because of our deluded state that we unknowingly become a condition.
Right, so
Right.
we haven't developed
Right.
our mind to the point where we would have avoided it.
Right.
오케이. 대신 다 끊어 센 대화시다. 센 되게 딱 끊어 근데 요즘은 좀 상의를 해야 되는 끊어 센도 이거. 근데 냐스미 지나 당가서 다 냐스을 빼셔야 돼. 빼. 냐 섬기지로 봐. 되는데 자동 상교를 담보인데 심마저 고 냐데 섬세 고섬 고인데 자동 상교를 아니 그런 고요랑 같아. 세고도 삼여로 봐. 하고서 냐 섬기지나.
So he's saying, like, if you wanted to
If you want
catch a fish,
yeah, you're the fisherman, you're not unmistreated.
yeah, you have a non-mistake, you recognize correctly the object,
Yeah.
and also have the intention.
그봐. 어디다 들어서 와. 다 된지 세대가 끊어서 가거나 아니 뉴모 두섬. 가르가 끊어지 내려버렸어.
So then your motivation is coming out of the three afflictions, mental afflictions, attachment, avarice, and ignorance.
Right. So usually there are the three poisonous
Three
afflictions.
poisons, yeah.
근데 다 냐로 섬기지나 냐 샤드 사고도 섬에 아니 telling chame they chong separate.
So then you're thinking like, I want to catch a fish so I can eat it. I really want to eat the fish. So then the motivation is based in attachment.
근데 미카지 소소 마사지 다가지 쯤어서지는 냐성 몸도. 그래서 빼 야보 말했어.
배 야보 말해.
야보 말했어. 야보 말했어.
So he's saying like there are other people who just want to catch a fish for sport. This isn't a good example.
He said that really isn't good.
Yeah, it isn't good.
That really wouldn't be good.
그래봐.
Just to do something out of entertainment for oneself.
Tene kulmo karri marikpa.
그런 말해 봐라. 말이 뱉는 거로.
Yeah. So in
아니
that,
그또 독지 야보 마음에 신경 말해.
uh,
그때 독자 야보 마음에 신경 말해.
yeah.
그래서 말이 배운 거.
Yeah, so he's the motivation in that case would be ignorance, like the influencing poison would be ignorance. It isn't that the person is trying to do something bad, right?
Well, he doesn't realize that he's doing something bad at that point. But then wouldn't that also be applied towards those who are killing? They don't realize that it's bad, considered bad to kill those fish out of attachment to watching it, right?
대고 용용이었어.
So ignorance is the basis for all
대고
those.
시 야소소 대 가면 다 배천되었잖아. 근데 샤사 삼는 세바는 내자 오는 세바레스. 공의 드라이버를 삼는 세바이나 아니 샤당 먹 세바레스. 다 마시네. 득바요 말에 삼는 시 세바이나 아니 뜨무고 먹 세바레스.
Yeah. So he's saying in the case of a person who's killing because they want to eat the delicious meat, the motivation is based in attachment. The person who's killing because that's their enemy and they hate that person, then the motivation is based in aggression or like avarice, anger.
Anger or
Yeah.
hatred.
And then the person who's killing because they think, oh, killing isn't a problem or there's nothing wrong with doing this, then it's based in ignorance.
배나 속 전에 대가 샤르페기 인생이었어. 만주배.
So by killing, there are those who by killing make an offering of the meat and blood to deities, to gods and so forth. So that would fall under the example of acting out of ignorance.
Okay?
Yeah.
Another question? Yes.
The nature of the karma as per population, as Chinese revere deeply, profoundly the nature of the life of the koi. They pay $80,000, $250,000 for a very specific fish of koi, for the good fortune of their family, the good fortune of their business, the good fortune of their life. How, from a Buddhist point of view, shall we say, would look upon this population as a belief system, I don't know the word, or the condition they created of purchasing all these fishes that you pay large amounts. It's a business. So what is the intention of the population?
Do they eat their fish?
It's a phenomenal business.
What do they do with the fish?
It's for good fortune.
They just keep it. They just buy the fish and keep it.
Yeah, but they grow them and then it goes all over the different houses.
But they don't kill them.
They don't kill them, they keep it in the house to bring good fortune and good luck to business or family.
I don't think that would mean be killing. I think you're okay. If we are talking about killing, I think it's okay.
If you dive,
They're catching the fish to, like, fish is vitamins
intention.
and medicine and that kind of thing. So the fish is actually given their life to make somebody better if they kill the fish for that reason. What if it's that kind of thing?
그래서
Ina pe nya rao nya pe chana ne ti men zua chedo top chimen dan ramen la de men zua chedo mi shen simchen shen pento chia chedo men zua chedo ne nya sin ne sena de khale chagire.
this is also usually is not good because 대고 그런다. 오늘 펜토시에 그렇게 말어. 소속 매대야 보 소소야 보여야 제대. 내차 야만한 가지를 끊는데 세기로서. 오늘 트라닌 데라야 코노 샴바 니지 끊는데 직체와나 양 가가래서. 나 샴바데 니지 끊는데 냐생이 파시요 말이.
So he's saying, like, even if you like use the fish for medicine for some benefit for yourself, it contradicts the motivation of compassion and loving kindness, right? If you have the loving kindness and compassion, you won't kill the fish. Is that
Right,
what
so Geshe was saying that in most cases when that happens, when fish or other types of sentient beings are used for a purpose of medicine or for research, scientific research and so forth, the ones who are carrying out those actions are not actually motivated by compassion, right? And so it would be rare to find someone, usually those scientists or those researchers are doing it probably more out of wanting fame, reputation, or wanting to, some kind of a worldly concern, worldly motivation, and not really out of genuine compassion and loving kindness to benefit those that they're thinking of.
So, let's say somebody goes to the store and buys the meat. Their doctor tells them they have to eat meat because it's a high protein and they need a lot. Is that a killing karma for that person? Is that a, you know, like, I'm diabetic, I'm supposed to eat a lot of high protein meats and stuff, so, you know, that's what they tell you, so that's what you do, because that's a medicine the doctor tells you. But then you say that's a form of killing too. But it, you know, where does the line?
Where's the line drawn?
Yeah, where?
Okay, so maybe if we can allow Geshe to continue with the teaching that discusses other aspects of killing, then it might become clear, right?
Okay.
So maybe perhaps Geshe can continue, please.
오케이. 단하게 구조 좋아이도. 냐 소면 나를 냐대도. 근데 타고 좀 가지들 냐야 될 가지고 소 집이 니바 연구 말으로. 그걸 가라야 붙어와이나.
So just to go back to Chantal's question, Geshe said, for those people that Chantal was referring to who grow or who keep the fish for their own fortune or for their own beliefs, for their benefit, it's not killing them. And especially if they're taking good care of them, like giving them food and taking good care of them, definitely it would not be considered creating a negative karma that we're talking about here.
오케이.
Killing them.
나는 야부 말을 해야지 단다 뜨거운 거 생도. 미카지 추가로 제모때 냐섬 양 파이고도 와서. 냐 가능가 짜잖아요. 냐 매워서 살아이나. 그거 뜨거운 때 야보만 하고 말도 야보 말했어.
So the more apt example for this case are those who are sports fishermen, who just out of fun, for entertainment, go out there and catch fish, and then release them back into the streams, ponds, or ocean, wherever they caught them. They don't realize that by catching, they're actually inflicting harm and scars, wounds to the fish that is being caught by the hooks and so forth, and that is causing harm to the animal, to the sentient beings. And so then that would be an example of doing something out of ignorance. Yeah, that is harmful, that is harming the other.
오케이. 야 직다. 야.
But that's not killing. They're leaving me alive.
It didn't say like that.
세계면은 그 듣봐 샘체 봐줘. 빼
So
동아쪽.
although it's not, it wouldn't be killing out of ignorance, it would be an example of creating negative karma that causes harm to another being out of ignorance.
I think he's giving that as a counter-example to the keeping koi. So keeping koi, you're not actually creating negative karma by keeping them.
다. 예, 근데 이제 나도 내차기 꺼내로 세등을 꺼내로 뜨면 꺼내로네. 단 담을 비슷해서 소소 야보요 제디 내 차근에 야무나 소송만 보여와. 야무나 소소 가로 비즈니스 치모야 어쩌다 내 차 띠게다. 아니 샘제세 좀 마무치기 걸어. 대권은 내 차로 내 차.
Yeah. So
나 맞아도 맞아도 그런 거 맞아도 다 control.
yeah. So like people who are like making a big business, you know, from correct, what are they doing for their business?
다 같이 당가서 류만들 냠 배워도 아니야.
Yeah.
총잡들 지금도.
Yeah, so selling the fish or whatever, people who are making a big business from that are acting because they're going to get rich, you know, they're going to make tons of money from that. They're acting under the influence of attachment. So, but they're not killing, right? 속죄 말에 있는 청구래.
다 총당 속죄는 중에 마치가 중에 뭐도 와가지고 저 제야대까지 좋은 데자 원강 그랬어.
So in general, like whether they are selling the fish or killing the fish or whatever, in general, they're acting under the influence of attachment because their motivation is to make money from that. And then you'll see other people who are doing something huge, like for example, starting wars, you know, things that's their motivation is to conquer a country or something like that. They're acting under the influence of anger, hatred.
아니 다 조와대 다 그런 거 같은데 다 조와가나 아니 즉 야만나 저기 쇼하노 야만나 맨다 쇼하노 야만나 맨저 야만나 마 잡아 어 때라 조와레스.
Yeah. So the deed, Ra.
Yeah, deed.
The deed he's saying is like using a weapon, like a gun or something like that, or like it says here in the text, it says using poisons, weapons, mantric charms, or whatever else. So.
Yeah, black magic.
Yeah.
And then tattoo, 생시 소소 마시면 그냥 봐줘 힘을 보냈어.
So the final step is that the other being, like whoever you're acting against, dies before you.
뭐 대체나 다 뭐지 다내 빼자가 쉬는다고 때 깔끔하고 와 있는데 다 득봐 전부를 했어.
So if you have all of these four together, then you have a very great like sin or negativity.
다들 얼마도 아니 소속 나서야 같이 나다 보이 같이 무심한 저랑가 내치던데 새로 실었나 득봐 찍봐요 그랬어. If I'm not killing, but
Yeah.
I'm just give someone, okay,
The order.
Can you kill for me like that?
Yeah.
It's the same 득봐 그랬어.
Yeah. Should I read the next part?
Maybe I read this.
Yeah, okay. So we'll continue reading down. When there is a full set of these, the karmic process of killing has been completed. Ordering someone else to do the killing is no different from doing it yourself. A treasury of metaphysics says, it is all one for armies, and so forth. All of them have equally done the deed. That is, if 8 people kill a sheep, each of them does not receive a share of the sin. Each one receives the full sin of killing a sheep. When a general sends out many soldiers to slaughter 1,000 men, and 1,000 men are killed, each soldier commits the sin of killing as many men as an individual soldier is capable of doing. The general, however, gets the full sin of killing all 1,000 men.
Okay? 가발로서. Okay. 들리라. 다 가서. 간지 소소 마세는 미신발을 지랑한데 살았는 간지 득받치 봐요 그래서.
So
근데 다 단다 희랑이 거셔도 와서. 당간도 샤사고도 와서. 근데 간도 득받이래요 말서. 시선 다 득받 요요래서.
So he's saying like whether you, even if you don't do it yourself, but if you order other people to do it, you're getting the negative, you know, karma the same. You're getting it the same as if you did it yourself. And then the second part was to your question, you are saying like you eat meat for medicine, right?
Yeah.
And then if you are
된리기 샤베나 통화 투바 독바. 된리기 샤데 게체도 세게 요가 소속은 통화해 봐. 야무나 암조 거예요. 미치가 저랑 게체도 드림 미치가 야시서 도에. 야무나 제가 도바 아 지금 네 콘도데가 게체도 세 봐서 도바이나 된리 샤데서는 사초고 말했어. 아니 까요 그래서.
So the 3 kinds of meat that, according to Buddhist instructions, that one should refrain from eating there are three types. One that one has seen is being killed specifically for you, that you know, and that is specifically for you that this animal is being killed, and you see it yourself. Second is that you hear someone saying perhaps, oh, today I'm going to be killing this animal in order to, offer lunch for Sharon. Yeah. And third is if you have some kind of a doubt or suspicion that perhaps this meat was killed for my sake, for me specifically. So any of those three, if you have any doubts about that, or if you see it, or if you hear about it, that animal was being killed for you specifically, then according to Buddha's speech, Buddhist teachings, we should refrain. We should try not to eat that meat.
And shaitan sanjiga gaja de gibe wongi sha pesha kajina ka yore kajina tan tande de mai be sha na yore thongwa tuba to so mai be sha nawa sha sa chogol nawa je bare nawa give permission nawa ya tewa chimbu shudu na ma cha ka yore ko gaja de gubala de ka yore.
So there are five, other than those three, there are 5 types where Buddha gave permission.
No, not 5 types. But they told you to mayu maybe shaina such now whatever it
I didn't know that. So if it's not those 3 types of meat that you saw yourself or heard or have suspicion it was killed for you specifically, then Buddha gave permission to be able to eat. However, in the Mahayana sutras, some Mahayana sutras, then it actually completely forbids.
Yeah.
So by citing many examples, many needs or
requisites, requisites, necessities.
Yeah, I guess you can say requisites, citing many requisites and many objects of negation, objects to be abandoned.
Gotcha. Things that you are supposed to stop, that you're not supposed to do, right?
Right. Things
These
to
are
be
like kind of like
abandoned.
rules and regulations, right? So things you shouldn't do, and then also things that you should do. Gabja and goba.
Yeah.
Gabja means you shouldn't do it, right?
Yeah.
And goba means you have to do it.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah. So I don't know what do you say? What's forbidden and what's required? Like.
So according to Tantra, there are 5 types of meat and 5 types of nectar or liquids that is permitted. And those are only for really highly realized consciousnesses, beings.
Okay.
Okay, so the other things I guess I just mentioned were in relation to Tantra and so that's like opening a Pandora's box. You don't want to go there. But for our sake, for this level of discussion, in general, we can say that if we did not, a lot of the meat that we consume would not fall into the 3 types of meat that Buddha prevented or forbade us from eating. However, if you can refrain from eating any kind of meat, then that would also be considered very good. And also, in addition, in this country, in order to benefit one's body, there are people who eat a lot of small animals. For example, eating a plate of shrimps, say 20 shrimps for one meal, versus eating, say, a slice of steak from a large animal like a cow. Logically speaking, it would be considered better to eat the steak from a cow than 20 shrimps, because 20 shrimps means 20 lives, whereas maybe the one steak comes from only one life. But here Geshe is not saying giving permission or not or forbidding you from being able to eat meat or not.
소소야 아니 네바이나 야 사지 좀 되게 나와줘요. 수보라 고고요나 나 사지 좀 되게 네팔에 믹스해서야 나와줘요.
And also Buddha gave permission for those who are sick, for the patients who need to take meat, take different types of substances in order to take care of their bodies.
그래서 믹스가 샤 나왔다고 이렇게 말하다. 샤당가 나오면 보여요.
So Geshe wants to specify here, Buddha didn't give specifically a specific permission for people to eat meat. As medicine, he was saying that in general, Buddha gave many types of permissions.
근데 된지 사회가라 소소야 지 샘체 때도 당 시선 때라 지 ngawang mulum 많은 데는 아니 고편게 그러고. 예. 근데 사회가라야 다 사셔 많이 받지. 단 내야 샘체 지금 샤레서네 콜라 많은 데 많이나 고편발 밴도 그랬어. Mana, you can pray for it. Even you eat, not just jump. Just pray for them.
If you recognize it's the meat of a sentient being, and then if you say some prayers and dedications for the benefit of that sentient being whose meat, whose body was given, then there will be benefits.
그래서 근데 이다 샤마산은 무도야 버려. 나 샤마산에서 무슨 가수였어.
So if you don't eat meat, that would be very good. Shamasana.
I'm very happy.
He's basically pleased if people don't eat meat.
얘네야 샤마가 사금에서 양 아자지는 대하고 말했어. 나샤 사금에 고샤 사금도세. 소소랑 아자지 뭐 파쳐와요 말라는 대하고 말했어.
Yeah, but don't get a fat head if you don't eat meat. It's not like I don't eat meat. Oh, you eat meat. Like you shouldn't be doing that.
So if you grow arrogance or pride because you don't eat meat, or disparage others because they do, then that also would not be good.
Okay.
Yeah, it's good if you don't eat meat, but it's also good if you have a good motivation when you do that.
아니 가시게 득발하는 샤마상이래. 가시 소소 수보 대대고 마상이래. 가려나다 느끼어.
So some people have like motivation, like I don't wanna accumulate like negativities. Other people have a motivation like I want my body to be healthy.
Yeah, like healthy.
Yeah, and then.
Whatever the motivation might be, if you don't eat meat, then that's good.
Yeah.
Just as long as it doesn't become a condition for your delusions of arrogance or pride or those kind of things to happen. Yeah.
Okay. Like that. Then that detailed number,
So there's all kinds of details, like varying different types of details. If we go in there, then maybe we just get confused.
Big headache.
Yeah. So it's okay if you eat meat, but
no. If you don't eat meat,
if you don't eat meat, then Geshe is very pleased. Thinks that that's very good, as long as it does not become your not eating meat doesn't become a condition for your pride and arrogance to arise, or for you to disparage or look down on others who do eat meat.
아니 상인이 봐야나야. 사회가 다 테마사고 마사마치. 샘지지 샤레.
And so for those who do eat meat, not just to eat it as if it were a piece of vegetable, but by recognizing that it is the body of another sentient being, it was the body of another sentient being, and by generating compassion for that being who lost a life, and to make prayers and dedications on that being's behalf would be good. In general, because we are merely ordinary beings, there is no way to not create some kind of negativity whenever we eat anything at all, when we eat a meal. For example, a question Geshe would like to pose to you is, do you think that there is negativity in drinking water?
There's bugs in it, or there's like stuff in it. You're killing it because it's going in there. Or it's going in here.
apple
So if you eat an apple, do you create negativity?
가다 무슨 데가 다 가지 다 텔레 득바요. 득가로. 가지 apple 득바 라이 말 가지. apple 득바일라나 캐서래도.
So it seems strange to say that there is negativity in relation to eating an apple,
가지
right?
apple 야 제들 가지 득바만 뭐
However, in order to grow that apple in an apple orchard, there's a lot of sentient beings that need to suffer and die as a result of that.
그냥 아주 이제 닦고 와.
And same thing with rice, growing rice.
너무 이제 자동 사기 어려웠어.
And most of us eat rice, right?
이제 된 아주 보다는 요알라 샘지 뭐 먹고 속 쉬었어.
And in order for that rice that we eat to come to our bowls, there has to be there are many sentient beings who were killed prior to that. in that
ten제가
process.
니라 득바다 치는 만데 칼라사세 칼레 카우시라레스.
And therefore, that's why Geshe is saying for ordinary beings like ourselves to eat a meal that is not connected to any kind of negativity that has to be that had to be created in order to produce that meal is extremely difficult.
오케이?
Shrimp and a cow and a meat example? Because it seems by eating a more developed being that you create more negative karma. That if you were to eat a horse or a cow, it's more developed than a shrimp. So to eat 20 sure it's 20 lives to eat 20 shrimps, but to eat a steak, a cow is more developed than the way a shrimp is more developed than an apple. Maybe.
저녁이 빼대. 근데 냐 니슈 두냠데 뜻사야래. 아니 랑샤. 찍사야 돼. 배치 약을 만들어라. 배쳐여라. 아니 뭐란 게 단다 괜찮들라드나. 냐 된소 shrimp로. shrimp serving 냐 된소는 아니 랑레 데스가서 샘친
좋아.
Let's develop on this level.
I don't know, man.
립바당 레 그래서
shrimp lepa yomare ro. Lepa chunjung. Yine langshaya lepa chembo yore. Mi drawer.
토마 샘센데 토마 림베고네 페나 나초디 위데 둔돌레 네 야가라 시기라 대난시 냐데 소당 샘첸 인섹트 부 참호 된소는 페네 랑레 페네 데스 그래서 샘첸 샘첸 충아.
Maybe cow is more like a human. Maybe that's the way it has eyes and sometimes it has a yeah, but cows.
It's a mammal. It's being warm-blooded. People feel
Yeah.
It's okay to eat
Yeah,
warm-blooded.
I think like
Warm-blooded.
humans relate to something that has like a, face similar to ours. We can recognize the eyes on a cow. The eyes on a shrimp, it's like weird little,
Or maybe the question here.
Equal, a shrimp is not any less than me, a cow is not any less than me because I'm a human. We're all equal because we're all beings, sentient beings. So what it boils down to is because we're all equal. It's not
I agree, but I understand what she's saying too. Like, we feel more kinship with a cow than we do with the shrimp. I don't know anyone with
Actually, can I ask a question? Can I clarify a question, please?
Yes.
Is there more negativity if all the 4 steps are equal? 4 steps of killing are equal. Is there more negativity in killing a cow than killing a shrimp? First, we have to look at that, right?
It's the same.
It's same.
He's saying it's the same.
And is there more negativity in killing a human than killing a cow?
대야 미가 득바체스.
And the reason is?
아니 미디엔 담블레 샘신 용아. 아니 내가 차이다. 되었어.
Okay, so Geshe, I'll just repeat what Geshe said. When I asked the question, is there more negativity in killing a cow than killing a shrimp? He said, no, it's the same. My second follow-up question was, is there more negativity in killing a human being than a cow? And he said, there is a difference, that there's more negativity in killing the human being. And the reason for that is because, first reason I'll just repeat what he said. The reason for that is that there are less human beings and that they are more important.
내가 차로 되었어.
So, and because they're considered to be more important or more precious.
그래도 다단데 정을 놔야 돼. 같이 다 같이 된다.
But then Geshe, if that's the case, then can't we not apply that same logic within the animal realm, that the cows are less than shrimps or little insects, and that the cows are considered to be of more value and precious than the little insects.
말 산지 쪽에 가서 밀어 판반 줘야 라이로 소치바테 또 밀티기 미 바주도 되게 말았어. 그래서 산지기 마시오도만 섬지 들어 차서 집어 지지 않게 그랬어.
So Geshe clarified that according to the Buddha's teachings, when we talk about the four downfalls, the four root downfalls of which killing is one, yeah, the basis of that, committing that downfall is actually based on a human being, okay? And all animals are grouped as being of same importance or same equal value, same value.
So it's one question is what does it mean to be sentient?
So the sentient 라야데 디 돈다가레레 체가레레.
알레 샘 가로 feeling
So consciousness.
가르나 간지지만 대두고 소용화에는 텔라 샘체스.
So if it's a being, so sem-chen in Tibetan, sem is mind, jem is having or possessing. So anything that possesses a mind, right? And in this case, having feeling, also Geshe specified. You know, for example, if they're able to have feelings, a mind that can process those feelings, right? That would be considered sentient being.
아니 간전 남비가 힘도 따도들로 샘이밖에 안 말았어.
And then in Buddhism, Buddhists would not accept the view that plants, vegetations, and so forth that they possess mind.
이나 코로도야 코로서 대퇴가 그냥 쏙 손으로 열다 니반으로.
However, they have even the vegetables and trees and so forth. They have the power, the potential to be quote unquote live or dead, right?
Yeah, they have
but
life.
They have life, but that would not be the same as possessing consciousness or mind.
근데 다다다 경 저와 당보도 말이거든. 근데 다다 말한 게 삼도 당 나와 있는 거래. 로직이 뭐 있는 거래. 소 제주 간지 냐마보 이사와 있나? 심지 마보주 소 제월에서. 강다 첨부이나 강다 지기 아니 소모 쇼요 말고.
So, addressing your first question about 20 shrimps versus one cow, he said if it were 20 shrimps within the same animal realm here, you'd be killing 20 different lives, 20 different animals, whereas killing one, or in terms of a steak, is just one cow, one life. So that's the logic.
근데 간지 다 main things we there are a lot of different views, different debates, but I'm very appreciate who are really vegetarian. It's very grateful. But if you are not vegetarian, also don't think, oh, I'm not vegetarian, I'm a bad person. When you eat, that time you also pray. Also the condition you eat meat, also you can get more positive. Therefore, a vegetarian, also because you are vegetarian, that reason not cause any dikpa masa wachores.
So don't, if you could refrain from creating negativity in relation to being a vegetarian,
Okay.
that would also be good. As he said about by becoming
good, okay.
arrogant and so forth about it.
Then, I don't know. Okay, 다 되면 마부 시간도 근데 저도 줄 놓으셨어. 다 주문가 내까지 아니 다들 쏜다고 지와이나 밀레 제로 지나가는 소속제나 야가요서 배신다 쏜도스. 밀레 제나 제나라 뒷바 콜라 뒷바니 자는 그래서.
So if you ask someone else to kill someone for you, it's the same as doing the killing yourself, and in that case also there's two negative karmas created, the negative karma of the person who did the killing, and then also yours because you ordered them to do the killing.
Okay. 근데 다 되는 거 봐. 변나. 먼저 참이 점주도 막히네. 점주. 아니 뒤에 추근 졸라잖아. 센질은 늦어 봐. 센질은 너봐 봐.
So when we go for refuge to the Chukunchokpura, to the Dharma jewel, and as a part of the refuge of the Dharma jewel is to give up harming sentient beings. That's the thing that we're not supposed to do, is to harm sentient beings.
디컬레 고야부 말레나 내가 좀 뭐 자산 그 속지에 고래 속지에 주고 말했어. 네가 harm others means not just killing others.
Yeah, yeah.
That time we have to very deep understand. Otherwise, people checking, well, I'm not killing, I'm not harming others. Not like that. The harm means body, speech, and mind make others uncomfortable. It is a harm.
Yeah, good.
Correct?
Yeah.
Therefore, then, what can make others uncomfortable? What can make you uncomfortable? Let's take example. If someone like harsh word, do they make you uncomfortable? Yes. Then same as others also. If you hit someone, they make uncomfortable. Yes. It's also others also. If you write saying this sentence, not nice sentence, you see someone saying you, and you feel uncomfortable. Yes. Then also if you do the others also like that. Therefore, this is also some special Westerns also easy to taking for different directions. 그래서 semjala nevachilana sokcheba chupoma shemba makoa. Tena machuwa chimte mares.
Yeah, so it's makoa, not knowing, like not understanding.
Not include. Not include.
Not include, yeah. So don't think like don't harm, not harming other sentient beings doesn't include other things besides killing. Don't think that means just not killing them. It includes other things too.
Okay? That's more important to try to not the susu ngara mira yo mi pacho wala ya. Mende dunga yo ya jemma jiwa. Jemma ndo wat kitchen bores.
Give my
Cause.
If we are not, if possible, we are not the cause to others unhappy. Correct?
Yeah. If possible, we should not be the cause of unhappiness for others. Yeah.
Okay? Luck. Okay, like that, okay. Not talk too much.
Sometimes in the process of presenting the Dharma or truth or the Buddha's perspective on things, it makes people uncomfortable. So what do you know?
Is Geshe comfortable? What's happening?
Now, for example, if there are, not to get specific, but there are positions from the Buddhist perspective that are not politically correct, and they make people uncomfortable if one were to bring them up. So and yet giving the Dharma is the highest form of generosity. So personally, I go with the Dharma rather than comfort.
I don't know. You wanna do?
He gets me on the hard ones. Okay, kakap de 출신바데 백 개침부레데 는 kakap 출 상기기 숭주당 네 숭화당 데 가서 숭화 kakap 미신베 따와당 민tun베 인상 네 미신데스 미대와라 자시버레 갑딜 가래 개체 간데스 제고래 네 베나 베잖아 코란기 빼 말해 네 베제지 베잖아 안에
미르르르
베나 가서디 부부 가야 당돼서 부모 보고 가야 돼 남균대 상규치 단계 아기라 문에서나 이나한테 약합 디당 속바 디당 된다면 뭐 그래서 여바 인상 디골 네 출신 바이나 상기기 된데서 순요래 인센데스요래 순기요나 되네 배치 미카시는 가기 말에 미대와라지 찰시바래 대가 간데스요래
대가 소소 내가 가와 내가 저걸 내가 채 아니 대산지가 추래 산지가 까르서네요 룸발라 마대와 마모요나 대샤샤 그랬어 산지 추대샤 미샤바 냠도 그랬어
So it's important to focus on what's of most importance, of most benefit, right? And so one should also consider the customs, cultures, and so forth of the place, of the society and country where one is. And if you see that is going to be contradictory to the customs of that place, that it's not going to be accepted by the people in that area, then one should just keep it to oneself, and one should try to be in accordance with the views in common with the others. And so you have to also most important is to take into consideration what is of most importance here. If just because for the reason that oneself is a Buddhist and that one needs to expound Buddhist doctrine, if you make a whole bunch of others uncomfortable, that is also not good.
Okay?
However, for example, the Buddha said one should not lie. One's not given permission to lie, right? Right, so there's a famous example. A deer, you're sitting in the middle of the forest peacefully, and a deer comes running, and you see that it goes in one direction. Then the hunter that's been chasing it comes afterwards and asks you, where did the deer go? Now, if you were to tell the truth in that instance, right, you'd be helping for the deer to be killed by the hunter. And so if you don't tell the truth and say it went in another direction or say, I don't know, I didn't see it, then there would be of more benefit, right? However, so if the person who observed the deer going in one direction and then the hunter come afterwards and ask the question, if that person were to tell the truth and say, it went, instead of telling the truth, if the person were to say, it went in the other direction, then that would officially be considered a lie, right? But because the motivation for that action is out of compassion, right, both for the hunter and for the deer, so that the hunter doesn't create the negativity of killing and the deer doesn't suffer that of being killed. So if out of that good motivation, then you were to tell a lie, then Buddha gave permission in those cases, in those instances.
This thing actually happened in Deer Park. That's the Dharma Center in Wisconsin, where I come from. They live in the countryside, like in the middle of nowhere. And during hunting season, there's a lot of hunters out. They're surrounded by farm fields and people go hunting. And Deer Park, year-round, like a lot of animals live there because they know it's safe, so there's a lot of deer. And one old Geshe who has since passed away, Geshe Tabge, was outside and he said he saw the deer come through. And then the hunter came along and said, did you see the deer? And then Geshe Tabge was telling us the same thing, like, you are not allowed to lie. So his solution was, would you like some tea? And just invited the guy inside and gave him cookies and tea. And just avoided talking about the deer.
Yeah, this is an example like that time. That time, like Geshe said, you're not allowed to kill. Then this is the law of the country. You're allowed to kill that time.
Yeah.
It's a big contradiction that you have to fight. You don't need to make the other person get angry. You have to change it onto the mechanism.
So you have to be skillful, right?
Very skillful, very important. Okay?
Hunter, to save the deer's life and to save him from the negativity of karma out of compassion. Okay. Is that a virtuous act or is it just still lying but with less negative karma, less heavy?
So in that case, it's not right. So really, if you were to look at it, splitting hairs, it wouldn't be considered a lie in this case of the non-virtuous speech. It would not be considered a lie in accordance with the 4 types of non-virtuous speech, lying. that is included in the 4 types of non-virtuous speech, because the person who did the lying didn't have the delusion or the motivation that is in accordance with a non-virtuous speech. Usually when you lie, it's out of the 3 poisonous delusions, right? Of anger, attachment, or ignorance. But the person saying the untruth at that time was motivated by compassion, by a virtuous mind.
Like, small lies, and kids lie their parents a little bit. It's not really a lie. It's just, just a little bit, The real lie is, someone I want something, or I want to win something, or very strong motivation for you. But luck lie, but you can use it another easy way. Therefore, Buddha's teachings are very skillful, very important. Therefore, any special like this country, it's a non-Buddhism country. If like we need to what we call mission soba nyamdo under education
Nyamdo.
Nyamdo.
We need to get along with, to be together.
Right, to go along with the common customs and common cultures.
Like example, someone doesn't believe. If you kill someone, something, they don't believe you are negative karma. If you say don't kill negative karma, if Buddha said that, they don't listen.
Yeah.
You have to say something. Oh, how about we do that? Some different idea. Like you cannot use the Buddha's word because the person doesn't believe Buddha's word, not used. You need to think a different idea. How can I do for them? Like that. Therefore, very skillful is very important. Yes. Okay.
And I'm over here with the shrimp. I'm stuck. There's something I read somewhere, like the heaviness of the karma depends upon how you kill. If you kill with extreme cruelty, it's heavier than killing with, quickly and suddenly. So let's go to the shrimp in the cup. We have a piece of steak, but we don't have 20 shrimp. We only have 1 shrimp. So now we have 1 sentient being, the cow and the shrimp. The argument, which I personally think is an immense rationalization, the argument from a lot of vegetarians that I know who eat shrimp is that the cow dies a horrible death, and we've all seen the movies, and we know that's true. But the shrimp, he doesn't suffer as much as the cow. So it's okay. What?
It does. If you don't see that, it does.
This kind of rationalization just sort of permeates. Somebody once called it, a Dharma dispensation. So even if you had just 1 shrimp, and even though, cows are killed viciously cruelly, we know that. They're raised, it's horrible. The shrimp, he's in the ocean, he's happy until the moment he's caught in its fast. Maybe, up to 5 shrimp, okay. But it still would be the same. It still would be the same. Despite the cruelty involved, the size of the being, the amount of suffering, cows go through terror when they're in the slaughterhouse, it still would be the same. 1 shrimp, 1...
I shouldn't do changes. You see, but
Yeah, he said, well, maybe it's possible that there might be a little less negativity in relation to the shrimp if you present it like that, but it's not possible for us to really know, right? To be able to say 100%.
Depends each other.
Yeah, so it's not easy for the shrimp to die either. Right? I'm sure it goes through a lot of suffering when it dies. It's just that we don't see it, we can't know it. Right?
But because it's too small, then the cup, we don't see the moving.
It doesn't move.
Yeah.
And also a lot of times, like the shellfish, aren't they boiled live? Aren't shellfish a lot of times, aren't they boiled alive?
Yeah, steamed clams.
That's... Isn't that a lot of suffering? Being boiled alive? We can barely bear having incense burned on us. So being boiled alive whole, that's immense suffering.
Yeah, like that. If you go to detail, there are a lot of debates also. We have to think about, but basically, it's you vegetarian, very good. If you're not vegetarian, maybe a little less, but not, how you say, if you're vegetarian, not,
Not.
If you're a vegetarian, be a vegetarian without being proud of it. Without. And also for those who do eat meat, don't eat it out of it with the ignorance thinking, oh, there's no negativity at all connection to my eating this meat.
Okay? Yes.
The responsibility of someone to stop the killing of a human being, if they could. I mean, I imagine that a politician, for instance, who has the ability to stop a genocide and doesn't do it, gets immense karma. Even though he doesn't do the killing, or she doesn't do the killing, they have the ability to stop it and don't do it.
Geshe michik ane mijengi dipa chiade gaktubaina gaktupe nupa yurete magangna ne tela dipa yongre yongmare kankanere.
I don't know. You know, the one Buddha's time, the business of 500 business people going to the board. One Buddha, this Buddha Pividala, he has power to, keep that 500.
He has clairvoyance, right? So
Clairvoyance.
he knew the thief.
He knew the thief, one guy wanted to kill 500 people, then check the all things. Then Buddha, that time he's not Buddha, but he's compassion. Motivation is compassion, saved the 500 people's life, killed another guy.
Yeah.
Like if they want, there's no negative karma, even he killed.
In that story, though,
But everyone that she said, okay, one second. She said, if someone has the ability to stop that, if they don't believe, I don't know, it's hard to say. What do you think?
I think it's hard to establish in the case.
Like, we said maybe like some judgment. With some judgment, the ability to is say or not have. How he have got
Like a judge in a court. Yeah.
Now those people, very hard to say, their motivation, their Buddhism motivation is very important, I don't know if maybe they have some negative karma. I think so, yeah. Logically. Like that. But we all have to think that. I don't know exactly. Yeah. You have any answer?
Well, I'm just wondering, so the question is there negative karma? Because remember, karma means action, right? Literally translated into English, it just means action.
Right, but action can be
Non-action,
So
too.
then that's the question, isn't it? Is inaction a form of action?
My recollection
Version of that story, and I could be wrong, is when the Mahasattva on the boat.
Yeah.
That he actually went to hell very, very briefly. And one of the acts of compassion was obviously saving the other 500 lives, but also out of compassion willing to go to hell to save those lives. And again, my recollection of the story could be bad.
I've heard that too.
The same thing. Yeah.
or the
Could be many versions of the story. Okay, but I always think, because we talk about Dharma dispensations, that story can be very, very dangerous sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay? Because unless you get the hell part into it, it's sort of, you can get yourself into holy wars very quickly. That's all.
That kind of practice was done by probably an Arya Bodhisattva,
Yeah,
not
exactly,
an ordinary
yeah.
being. It was probably done by Buddha in one of his previous lives when he was already an Arya Bodhisattva. Not an ordinary sentient being, but actually probably an Arya, right? And so how they would act and what they think is completely different. It's something that probably us ordinary sentient beings would not be able to understand, right?
Yeah. I think this is possible, yeah. Because he had not good motivation is good, but he did action, maybe second. I think I also heard like that.
Did he went to hell?
Yeah. For like one. Back up.
Back up,
Yeah.
but he still...
But this is also, he really had power
Yeah,
to do like that. Usually Buddha said, whatever people come to ask to jumba, I said, give. You have to give, but you're not allowed to give your body until you Bodhisattva.
No, until you're Arya Bodhisattva.
Arya Bodhisattva. Therefore, many different ways, like how you say. Then some Bodhisattvas do, we cannot do like that. Yeah, I don't know. Okay.
So if I get attacked by someone and I know they're going to kill me, I may not have the intention of killing them, and I kill them because I'm protecting my own life. Well, how? I mean, that's not true. Well, bottom line is I feel healed, so
Yeah,
I have all four. Well, maybe I would rejoice because thank goodness I'm not dead.
Or would you be glad that you killed them? That's different, to be rejoiced that you're not dead than rejoicing that they're dead. Yeah.
Because I didn't plan to kill them. There was no intention. Well, you see, in the moment there is the intention.
Yeah, what I'm saying is they will kill, I want to kill him. Then you kill, then you more comfortable, okay, I done. That, and this is different, yeah. But this is, like this can not happen, okay? You don't worry, also not happen. Okay, yeah, okay, yeah, short question, okay?
You talk about shrimp having a lot, and that's like killing a whole lot more than killing a cow. So if you're eating plants and you're pulling up dirt and you're killing all the insects and the insects in the plants, wouldn't that be worse than killing a cow too? No? Wrong. It's the same type of thing. Killing the shrimp kills the insect.
You have not any intentions.
Yeah. So remember there's the 4 parts. So you don't pull up the plant intending to eat the insect, right? You intend to eat the plant. So this is like the karma of killing an insect while walking. It's still a negative thing, but it's a lesser negative karma.
Yeah, so it's the same thing like... So would it be the same thing like somebody else killed it and way down the road, I get the plant or I get the meat, so it would be the same type of karma because so many things were killed. It was a lot more killed than killing the one cow to get it. That's what I'm trying to ask.
Yeah,
That makes sense.
So I want to make her ask. Did you understand it? Like you got the...
Yeah. Geshe ngasuke kala di shai inanda nia che inanda ngoche inanda and then nija ngasu rai chedu ngila pe mambo semche mambo sego songra 제장 딕바에서 샤사야 딕바당 근데 체 ngoche 사야 딕바 딕바 자기 말에 매
딕바 자기 말대 자기 말.
Okay, so he said no, it wouldn't be the same. Like the way I phrased it, summarized your question was that when we eat, whether it be meat or whether it be vegetables on our plate, that because it has to have gone through so many different processes down the road, in most of our cases, right, when we get into the supermarket, and that there are so many different types of beings that might have been affected, killed, or harmed along the way, wouldn't it end up being the same in terms of negativity? And
Apple sana dikpa sasa la so kaptu la keza do apple sana dikpa la na pena vegetarian sana dikpa la keza ina vegetarian do savala semche mambo la kaje no chi yorba.
So he said, as he said before, to say that eating an apple you create negativity seems a little strange, right? But you understand that in order to eat that apple, you have to raise a crop, you have to grow the apple, and in the process of growing the apple, then a lot of sentient beings can be harmed or killed in that way. And therefore, he said, to be able to eat, there is no meal for ordinary beings like us. There is no way to eat a meal that didn't create some type of negativity in order for it to be produced.
Okay, yeah.
One more thing about the shrimp and the steak. If quantity took precedence over the types of beings that are killed, the types of conditions, the types of scenarios where the cruelty in a being that has a more complex nervous system will go through a more slower and gruesome death than something that's more quick and swift, they're both killed, so obviously they're both killing. But, I mean, if quantity mattered more, like, there's more negative karma in the amount of shrimp in a lemon steak, by that logic, then I'd create more negative karma washing my hands than killing a cow. There's thousands of germs that I'm intentionally trying to kill versus killing a cow.
Yeah. That's also, you don't think, Anyway, when you wash your hand, don't think I'm going to kill my worms, okay?
Yeah.
Just killing your hand. If you think that motivation, that's not good also. I'm going to kill the worms. You take motivation there, it's really quick and like karma. You just say, okay, I'm going to wash my hand, clean. Okay?
So, if I could contribute one thing, I think what Geshe is saying is it really has to do with the intention, right? So for all those insects that are killed in the process of growing an apple, the intention of the person who grew that apple wasn't to kill. The primary motivation was not to kill those insects. The primary motivation is to grow the crop, right? And then incidentally, then those insects got killed. Whereas maybe with the butcher or with those who are killing the animals for meat, their primary motivation is to kill that animal for the meat. Maybe there's a degree of separation in that way as well to be considered.
Okay? Anyway, this is, like motivation you need to also, like not thinking I'm going to kill my worms, okay? This is not good. Okay, you have a question?
I was with Dalai Lama in Indiana. There was 8,000 people, and there was a lot of this question that is raised in this setting. And he laughed, and he offered words that was very kind to ease the mind. Meat or no meat, it's okay. True Buddhist, no meat. I'm just sharing the teaching. When I was in this, you could hear a sound, nothing going on, 8,000 people. But he addressed it with such ease and such naturalness that he eased the whole room. So I just wanted to share this because that's the naturalness of who we are in this time with all those sentient beings. So.
Thank you. Like that. Okay?
Thank you, Geshe.
Thank you.
All this talk of killing is getting me very concerned. I do not push like to kill. That's my wife, I'll catch a fly in the she says, whack it, and I clean outside and use it for the water. The spiders are doing on the cellar, they can do whatever they want to do, I don't want to see it. But anyways, it's kind of sad in a way when a father's a butcher, for example, and the son is born, and he's learning a trade in the house, let's say the old West End or North End, and he's learning the trade from 5, 6, 7 years old and filling his father's footsteps and taking over the family business and be a butcher. There's a lot of karma to work out, I'm sure, down the road. On a grander scale, instead of the shrimp and the lobsters, when you have mass murderers like Napoleon, Stalin, Hitler, and the people who were involved with dropping 2 big bombs, the only country that ever dropped 2 big bombs, this country, on Japan. Imagine, I hate to think about me working with Michael. I don't think I'll do with Napoleon in my life. I hope not. Or anything worse. Or, how can you work? Did Hitler come back? Is he here? Is he an ant or a cockroach? Or did he become enlightened somehow, eventually? It's just scary to me. Yeah. It's overwhelming to my brain. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's true, exactly. You're right. But I really that we are taught to be our own, not taught to kill, what's that? Make any, taught to best, and we taught to best.
We try to do our best.
Our best.
Yeah.
Okay? Then sometime I can give you a little stick. Okay, thank you. Yeah. Okay.
Please turn to page 39 for a Thanksgiving mandala offering. Saji perki jukshing me tok tram ri rag ling jing yi de gen padi sangye jing du ming te uwagi drokun nam da jing la chur pa shu Jetsun lame kutse rab ten ching nam ka trin le chok chur ge padang lo sang ten pedron me sasum gi dro e mun sel tak tu neg yu chi idam guru ratna mandalakam niryatayami. Jane Tsongkhapa's final lam-rim prayer. From my two collections, vast a space that I have amassed from working with effort at this practice for a great length of time, may I become the chief leading Buddha for all those whose mind's wisdom eye is blinded by ignorance. Even if I do not reach this state, may I be held in your loving compassion for all my lives, Manjushri. May I find the best of complete graded paths of the teachings, and may I please all the Buddhas by practicing. Using skillful means drawn by the strong force of compassion, may I clear the darkness from the minds of all beings with the points of the path as I have discerned them. May I uphold the Buddha's teachings for a very long time. With my heart going out with great compassion in whatever direction the most precious teachings have not yet spread or once spread have declined, may I reveal this treasure of happiness and aid. May the minds of those who wish for liberation be granted bounteous peace, and the Buddha's deeds be nourished for a long time, by even as graded course to enlightenment completed due to the wondrous, virtuous conduct of the Buddhas and their children. May all human and non-human beings who eliminate adversity and make things conducive for practicing the excellent paths never be parted in any of their lives from the purest path praised by the Buddhas. Whenever someone makes an effort to act in accordance with the tenfold Mahayana virtuous practices, may they always be assisted by the mighty ones, and may oceans of prosperity spread everywhere. The short, long life prayer for His Holiness the Dalai Lama. In that snow mountain encircled land, source of every benefit and joy, may Lord Tenzin Gyatso Chen Rezi remain in life till samsara's end. Page 49, the short, long life prayer for Lama Zopa Rinpoche. Tub so chang jing jang gun yewe tenzin kyong pelwe kun zo dog poze chok sum ko we leg man tu dru pa dak sok do je gun du jab ten shu. Page 57, dedication prayer. Through this virtue may I swiftly, having gained Guru Buddha state, place each and every sentient being without exception in that state. Precious supreme Bodhi mind, may it where unborn arise, and where born never decline, but increase forevermore. Page 75, Meit Sema. Mig Meit Se Wei Te Chen Chen Rezi Dreamaking Pei Wang Po Jam Del Yang Gang Chen Ke Pei Tsu Ge
Andrew, Radhala, thank you for translator, thank you.
Thank you very much, Geshe. Thank you, Andy. Thank you, Geshe. Very, very quick reminder, tomorrow night we have Namachupa Guru Puja, so welcome to come and join us. Also lottery tickets, unfortunately I don't see any of the sellers here today, so we should be here after Sundays to sell tickets. I'll get some so I can have some to sell as well. Pretty much that it. Oh, and coming up this coming weekend, next weekend, it is Dr. Booty's concert. It's a wonderful mixture of all kinds of traditions, dances, singing, performances. It's in the Arlington Theatre. It's in the newsletter. All the money you give will go to India, where she gives healthcare for all the elderly women who cannot afford any healthcare. So much appreciated. They're $25 a ticket, and you can find them online. And again, the newsletter. And then finally.